your story?
No, you didn't give away my story. I want to do a video. You want to hang around?
Sure, I'll hang around.
Because it's overdue. I need to do a video. So
You're taking a video of doing shish kebabs for the first time? Okay. Did I give away
doing
your
shish kebabs for
story?
the first time? Of course not. Hey there, it's Drew here. Happy Independence Day. It's a blessing to be born in this country, to live in this country. But today, I want to share a conversation that I had. So I went to Toronto last week. I was out. That's why you guys haven't heard from me in a while. I left the country. I was in trouble. One of the things I like to do is start conversations with people on the airplane. One of the things that some people on the plane like to not do is have conversations with the person next to them. That might have been a case like this. I was having this great conversation with this guy. His name was Drew too, and he had some marketing experience, and so we kind of hit it off, and we were just talking, and then all of a sudden a gentleman a young guy sat right between us, and it was like a total buzzkill. I mean, it was like, we were like, oh yeah, no way, oh, we were just talking our jargon, and then it was like, oh, that was fun, bye. I mean, it was one of the three-seaters, and so someone came down and just sat right down in between us and totally killed. It wasn't just the conversation killer. It was like all of the energy. We just like, that was it. Like, that guy he was just all business. And I threw out a couple conversation starters, more like just kind of like throwing a little catalyst out there. Throwing something out there to see if it happened. It's kind of like guys when they're dating or something like that. They throw something out there to like the girl they got eyes on, and she might take the bait or not, So that was kind of this. And then I started truth be told, I started taking it like a personal, not like I was trying to crack this guy, but I wanted to see if I could start some kind of conversation with him. I just love doing that. I love learning about people in their walks of life who hates their job and who hates their life right now, and what they want to do differently and how they want to impact differently. These are smelling good, by the way. I wanted to talk to this guy. I wanted to just and since he wasn't having any of it, he wasn't even giving eye contact to not just me, but even the girl that walked down the aisle and not like a bride, but like giving drinks and pretzels to the passengers. Like it was like he was just so. He was focused, is what it is. I tell you that because at some point, okay, put it down. At some point, I even said to the guy, I mean, he did like one of these things. He did like, where he's like a real big sigh, and that was a second conversation catalyst I tried throwing out there. It was something like this. I was like, you're either really stressed or you're focused. And I said it like that. He just said like, focused. You know what I mean? He didn't even give me eye contact. And then there's about maybe 20, maybe 30 minutes at the most left in the flight, and I knew that it was game time. I was running out of time. So I did it. Like, there was a question that I asked. Now I'm not gonna leave you the question here, because I'm actually gonna get into something that we talked about, because we had a great conversation. But the question that by the way, check this out. Check these shish kebabs out. Look at this. See the oh, my heart just broke. Okay, so let's get back to this. If you want to know, put it in the comments, or hit reply on the email and ask. Say, hey, what was the question? I just feels weird, sharing with the masses. I don't mind talking to people one-on-one and replying, because it was, guys, I sat there and contemplated just the right question to start that conversation, and it worked. And boy, he gave me eye contact just fine. But once we started talking, we started, asking a little bit about what he did. He was a software engineer. I totally get that. He asked me, what do you do? I said, I teach a lot of small town business owners how to use the internet, get more sales. I teach them how to look good on a budget, things like that. And he said, I'm paraphrasing here. I'm just kind of giving you the gist. We started talking about human beings as far as, are they necessary? Like, he was basically challenged, well, isn't retail moving toward a non-human look? Now, retail is changing, right? Amazon just buys Whole Foods. I mean, retail is changing, of course. Look at that. Look at that. Smell that. Smell. But people still value the human relationship. I even challenged him a little bit because I'm like, okay, you know, how do you know that the software that you write, how do you know that something's wrong with it? And it's funny because he said, well, you just look at the analytics. I forgot what my next question was, but he could tell where I was going. And he even said, like, I see where you're going with this, but it's just not necessary. And I should have thought to say, where you're going. Like, you're on this flight, you're going somewhere, which was a meeting with, guess what? Like, people, like face to face. Anyway, I want to hear back from you guys. So what I'm asking to you guys is, am I right? Or is he? I want us to start a conversation on this. Is the human being experience, is it dead? Are we now just a culture or a society of automation, analytics, data, and nothing deeper than that? Or what? No, I have my philosophy. What do you say? How do you feel we can still stay valuable, especially with a lot of small towners that are retailers, especially a lot of people offering their sales and services and what they need to do to differentiate. So I'm gonna hand it off to you. So leave it in the comments what you feel like. There it is. How do you think we are changing? And then you have the independent mom and pop shops, as well as the foodpreneurs and the service providers. How are we changing? And what do you think? Is a human being dead? I mean, you know, is a human interface, is contacting and interacting with a human being, is it worthless? I mean, what do you want? Oh, and hit reply in the email if you want to know the question, the specific question. I'll tell you, I'll email you if you'd like to know the specific question that I asked that finally cracked the zero eye contact passenger, my seat partner, and got us into a conversation. I will gladly share that with you, but it feels a little icky just to like share it with the masses. I sat there and contemplated on just the right question, and it got us into a great conversation, and I was glad it did. So that's what I have for you in this video. Subscribe to the channel, click like on it if you're on YouTube, leave a comment if you're on the website, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much. I appreciate you being a part of this community. I'll talk to you later. Look, here's what I wanted to show you. Look at that. See how I have the fork in there? I got one on the ground. Hold on.
Together.
That's a good idea. If I need a pitchfork, why don't I just put these two together? I guess I could. Be like a Ninja Turtle.